Hello, Epic Gamers. I just want to point out a really interesting thing about one of the best card games ever made. Unreliable Wizard, specifically the Unreliable Wizard and the Unstable Spirit Towers expansion. So what you see here is a video from a YouTuber Cardboard East that reviewed the Japanese version of this game when the Kickstarter for the English translation started. I've now gotten the English translation, and as I was watching this review, I've spotted one interesting difference. You see, there are these tiles, staff tiles, these tiles, which when you step on, you get the equipment on the tile. There's the black staff, the white staff, and the black rope in these positions. Now, the interesting thing about the white staff's ability is that you can use it only once per combat. And, well, you can only see half of the map here, but if I swap here, you can see that the white staff is here. Whoops, so it's a bit weird. Yeah, uh, if I put it sideways like this, side by side, you can see that, well, this is only the half of the map, right? And you actually start on the bottom half. So by the time you get this white staff, you actually have already fought most of stuff, and you would ideally actually want to go fight the demon immediately, which means the white staff will only get one use. So what they changed in the English version is they have put the white staff down here at the bottom. So you can loot it faster, you can loot it sooner, but yeah, you can just get it earlier immediately after the first fight, which is really good, a really good change, which with which I agree with. They also they've also put the white robe here instead of it being here, and have moved the black staff here from its original position here, which are all good changes, which I agree with. I agree with all those changes. The thing is, there is a loot card when when you defeat an enemy, you get a bit of loot, and there's a chance you get the white staff as a loot card, which means if you get it as loot, you wouldn't have to step on the tile. The thing is, which made sense in the original version, because the white staff was all the way in the corner, so you either had to get it, or you would have to get lucky through loot. But because they've swapped the positions, now you can basically get the white staff always immediately after the first fight, which is a bit problematic because it makes the loot card essentially completely useless, because you can always choose in the early game if you want to get the want to go for the white staff, or if you'd rather go for the black staff. It just makes the white staff loot card completely redundant, completely useless, effectively. And I've actually noticed how completely useless this card is as I was playing it. So I propose a house rule, which I will play now, which will basically change the white staff loot card into a black staff loot card to mimic how the original version basically functioned, where you basically get the staff which is far away, but you have a chance to get it early because of the loot card. I don't think it is a good idea to change it into the white robe, because this whole section is specifically built that to get to the loot card you have to defeat the boss, which is like super interesting lore section. This is like a lore peninsula, a story peninsula. So getting the white rope through a loot card would basically kind of negate this whole section, which is like super fun. So I don't think that's a good idea. So yeah, I really agree with the change of moving the white staff down here, but I really think they should have changed the white loot card into the black loot card. That is the only flaw, only real design flaw that exists in this game, and I think I have, with this one simple house rule, you can basically fix it so it works so well again. And yeah, thanks for listening to my video, and yeah, bye.